Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, got a little bit of a moving screen here, and we gonna let the screen move with us because I like the way you move it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, want to talk to y'all for just a little bit of a moment. The SATCOMM channel has videos that have been put up over the past week. I think it's probably a total of 8. And those videos, especially the latest ones, explain the SATPACs and the reason for the SATPACs creation, gives a little bit more details as to what they were designed to do and what they are doing in the future. It also lets you know why we suspended several of the SATPACs. Now, the reason for the suspension was necessary. We told everybody the idea for the SATPACs was to make sure individuals had value. And I guarantee you, with all of my heart, the issue was to make sure that the SATPACs had value. It would do no good you purchase something from somebody and then you drive it off the lot, and like Little Innocent says, the moment you hit that little dip, that thing where the water flows when it's about to flood and it's got, it gets dirt and mud and it clogs up and floods the street. Moment you hit that little dip, there you go, you done lost $2,000 of your own value. That's right. That's called inflation. No, it's called deflation, depreciation-flation. And so we didn't want your SATPACs to depreciate. We wanted the value to increase, not decrease. So our job was to make them worth several $100s, and in some cases several $1,000s more than what you initially contributed towards the purchase price. We believe we've achieved that, especially, and this is not the value of it included this and included that. That's not the value we're talking about. We included those things as bonuses. We didn't include those things to be the total value, but we wanted to make sure people got their value. So what could we do? Well, we purchased some assets. These assets were purchased from various banks. Just like people purchase mortgages, well, we did the same thing. These were low-end mortgages, but mortgages nonetheless. Mortgages on accounts, credit cards, bank accounts. And because these accounts have value in law, we own the accounts, so we are backing the SATPACs with our own assets, our own accounts. And we're buying up more assets, different assets than what we bought originally. Why? Because again, we want to make sure that no matter what, your SATPACs will have value. So there are 3 different ways the SATPAC has value. One of them is that it's backed up with our assets. The second way the SATPAC has value is that we take and we issue a tax credit that our company has on hand as a result of our tax status. Okay, sorry, we're going to let this go in the background because you see it keeps spinning. And so it should not be, we have enough speed, but I think it should not have affected the video that was being provided and supplied through YouTube. It should not have affected that video, but I see that it has. But I'm going to continue despite that. So the second value as the individuals have in the SATPAC is that of the tax credit. And the third value of the SATPAC that the individuals will get is that these are one or the other. We will choose which one we extend to support the SATPAC. That's our choice. We reserve that right. The third option is that we back it up with liquidity, the actual cash. Those are the 3 options. But one way or another, the SATPACs will maintain their value. There is no, we're not doing depreciation. We're not saying, well, because of this. Now, the only depreciation occurs is this way. If we receive your SATPAC back and it is in such a ragtag condition that nobody would accept that. The reason why we have to do depreciation in that instance is because you didn't show enough appreciation for the value of your SATPAC if you allowed it to get in that condition. Ladies and gentlemen, in the future, we are going to be sending a particular instrument to people, and if they return that instrument to us in the pristine condition, it maintains its full value. If they return that instrument, that one-of-a-kind instrument, by the way, the song that's playing in the background that keeps breaking up is Luther Vandross. I know I'm praying for much too much. Why couldn't he send the one? Oh, this is Dance with My Father again. I had to get the melody in my head, but that's Dance with My Father again is the melody in the background. And if you don't know the melody, I don't want to find out why it's going so slow. I am a music connoisseur, okay? And so I can just listen to the melody, not the music. I don't care about the theme. I don't care about the bass line. I don't care about any of that. It's the melody. Most of you don't understand when you're listening to music, it is the melody that catches your attention, not the words. Without the melody, there is no song. Well, anyway, let's get back to the SAT packs. Ladies and gentlemen, those 3 new videos are up to explain all of the details of the SAT pack, and there will be more videos placed up on the SATCOMM website. Now, those videos are done in a more tempered tone because they're for an organization, a company. They cannot be like the videos. Oh God, he makes it. Oh! It can't be that type of video. I mean, would you want to be a part of a company that they did stupid things like that? Okay, so. Oh my God! Oh, he just. I don't know. Okay, we can't do that for the organization known as SATCOMM. That's why I didn't do videos for SATCOMM because again, it wasn't my company, it's theirs. A lot of people are not understanding that. A lot of people are thinking since I'm the founder of SATCOMM that I own it, that I control it. A lot of people think that when they contact SATCOMM, there's only one person there. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 15 people at SATCOMM. But not all of them are there to answer emails. Not all of them are there to do the birth certificates. Not all of them are there to do the 98 series numbers. Not all of them are there to do the UCCs. Each one of them cover a different department. Do you understand this, people? SATCOMM is compartmentalized, but they're still low on staff. Oh, I want to volunteer. No, you cannot volunteer. People, you must understand, we put out fillers. We brought in people to volunteer. The last one, we had 18 people apply. Only 4 of them are here because they couldn't even complete a simple application and return it with their ID. That's the problem. But I don't want to hear it because each one of those people said the same thing. Now, the ones who were able to complete that, all I'm hearing from the people who are training them is nothing but praise. I had one who was telling me that this one person whom we brought on, I can only tell you that her name is La. Okay, her name is Frances. And Frances, I'm told, has been a power horse. Been taking to things like a storm, handling business, and that she's going to work out just fine. The other ones, look, let me tell you, I haven't worked with all of them, but I've gotten to know some of them. And I will tell you this. Well, that's right, because I'm not doing the training. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys think it's all me. And I wish y'all would stop, because it's not that type of party. But the staff has been telling me about these others who are here and the work that they've been doing and how well they have been working out, and I'm impressed. It takes a lot to impress me. It takes a lot to impress me, and I'm impressed, and all of you should be. But there are a lot of people who say they want to be a part of this, want to help. I just got wind of an individual who's been contacting SATCOMM, asking him questions, trying to get information because he's trying to complete a process for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, don't have time for the selfish stuff. We're not here to help you complete your process. But nothing. Okay, go ahead and start that car. But. Okay, we're not here to help you finish your process. We're not here to help you gain your freedom. You are one single individual. We are here for the group. We are here for the majority. We are here, pay attention. We are here for the greater number. That's who we're here for. We're not here for the one. The needs of the one do not outweigh the needs of the many. It has never been the case. It never will be the case. So those of you who are selfish, those of you who only want things to happen your way because that's the only way you see things, not here, not on this planet, not with this organization known as SATCOMM that was helped put together. You don't get to do that. Not going to allow it because it wouldn't be prudent. Late George Bush. Just simply wouldn't be prudent. So this video is being placed up here to let you know that there are 3 videos up there that explain the SAT packs. I'm going to stop doing videos on this channel explaining the SAT packs, including the Q pack. There'll be a video up explaining the Q pack. Ladies and gentlemen, there are companies out there that are aggressively trying to stop us from doing the SAT packs. Aggressively trying to stop us from doing this for you because it interferes with their business. Even though we're not taking business away from them, our SAT packs are not being traded on the market. But if you wanted to trade yours on the market when we get finished, you could. It'll be up to you. Our SAT packs are being designed in the future, especially the bonds that we're going to create. Our bonds are initially going to be created as collector's items. That's where they're going to get their value from. We're going to create bonds that we're going to literally give to people. We're going to create 10 each. So out of 10 each, we'll create 100 bonds, sets of 10, and we will literally trade those bonds. Those bonds will be laminated. Those bonds will have to come back in the same condition they were issued in. No duplication. No somebody going and trying to, what's the word for it? Counterfeit it? Not going to be possible. How are you going to stop somebody from counterfeiting? Because we're going to have the security features in it that are absolutely necessary. You counterfeit this one and it'll obviously show up all over the place. Ain't no washing going to be necessary. Ain't no washing going to take place. Well, no. That's what we're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot being planned here. We are trying to create our own securities. We're not trying to create a different form of security. We're creating our own securities, and we're handling our securities our way according to the securities laws that are already in place. We're not trading anything publicly. We don't need to. We create the value amongst our members, and of those 100 securities, we don't create no more. There'll be 100 bonds. Each of those bonds will be their own separate beast, and there won't be any more ever. They will have their own value, and that value will accumulate from this point on. That's what we're getting ready to do. Some of you already see the idea, and you're going to want to try to do it yourself. Look, I'm going to tell you how you do it. I don't mind giving you this information. We're creating 100 bonds. We create our own unique bonds. Our own unique bonds. They're all originals. Okay? 10 sets of the originals. After 10 years, based on the condition, is based on the value of each bond. After 3 years, based on the condition, is based on the value of each bond. But hold on. What if Tom wanted to sell it to Jane and Jane wanted to sell it to Tom? What if Robert wanted to buy all 10? That's what we're doing. Now, anybody can do that. An artist creates a picture, a painting. An artist creates a picture, a painting. And then he sells it. Well, we're going to be creating our own bonds. Just that simple. And from those bonds, after they are designed and created, then we're going to place those bonds out there. We're going to literally sell it, and we will ship it We will put insurance on the bond. It will have its value. Do you follow me, people? This is what SATCOM's getting ready to do. I've been planning on doing that since 2009. Okay? That's what we're getting ready to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is just to let you guys know of the videos that are up online. We've had some people thinking that this organization was just run by one person, known as SATCOM, that it was run just by one person. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not run by me. I don't run SATCOM. I wish I could, but I can't. I don't have the stamina for it. I will tell you one thing, I'm doing a whole lot of stuff for SATCOM, and I'm complaining about it every week because I'm not supposed to. Well, that means you're running it. No, that doesn't mean I'm running it, you ignorant mother. I'm sorry. Apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, what it means is that we don't have enough staff. Why do you need to hire more people? Don't tell us what we need to do. I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to stay out of our business and mind your own. What we will tell you is that in training our staff, we're trying to make sure we have those people who are there that want to look after your interests. I had somebody call me today from SATCOM telling me that one person wanted to know about this and another person wanted to know about that, and then one other person called me and he wanted to know about this. Every single question that was asked was personal, regarding their personal issues. That's the issue right now. Everybody's got their own personal problems, and I've been having to yell and get on people's cases about that. SATCOM ain't got nothing to do with their personal problems. Ladies and gentlemen, in SATCOM, you all come first. The SAT Packers and SATCOM members come first. You come first. That will never change. And that's what I had to yell at someone about last night. Yell? You yelling at people? No, I didn't yell at them. I just basically tell you this is the facts. This is the way it is. It will not change. It was that way before you got here. It will be that way when you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to make sure what SATCOM is, it remains. It does not change. It always puts the people first. That's what SATCOM is trying to do. Some of you are calling SATCOM or emailing SATCOM and asking them about TTOPP. You need to be ashamed of yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask them to send me personally each one of those emails and make sure that you are barred from TTOPP. I told you don't ask SATCOM about no TTOPP. SATCOM ain't got nothing to do with TTOPP. And you're going to call them and ask them about TTOPP. Fine. Those of you who have done that, do it again. Anybody else who contacts SATCOM about TTOPP, I assure you, I will promise you that I will make sure that your name is put in there so that you cannot have anything to do with TTOPP. And I promise you, when the time comes, you're going to wish you could be a part of TTOPP. Already told all of you, TTOPP, SATCOM ain't got nothing to do with each other, and you ain't got nothing to do with it because it ain't starting anytime soon. It is later this year when that will get kicked off. They have their own site and they will announce. Lord have mercy. Sorry, that's been happening a lot. That I'll mention something on my videos and I'll tell people don't do something, they'll do it anyway. It's called the ignorant, I'm a stupid fool syndrome. Or better yet, the Adam syndrome. Tell somebody not to do something, they do it anyway. So a hard head makes a soft behind. Well, a hard head makes a behind that is not even given entry into any of the things I'm associated with. That's what I'm gonna do, because this is how I do things. It's been a wonderful, wonderful trip, everybody. There has been a lot of turmoil. There has been a lot of people trying to cause me problems because I'm causing a lot of problems. Do you guys understand what happened? I put that whole thing about arbitration out there on the internet for free. We just changed the whole script because everybody else would have put it out there for money. So the application and everything is on the net for free. People can just sit up there and download it and fill it out and use it on their own and go to any other arbitration association they want. They don't have to come to SAA. Now the court's got to deal with all these arbitrations. Lord have mercy. What are they going to do? And now Congress has got to change the law because you're going to have too many arbitrations out there. So guess what? It's a D if they do and a D if they don't situation. It's a catch-22. Because if they say our arbitrations are no good, then all the other arbitrations are no good. So they can't do that. So now they're going to have to say some specific arbitrations are no good. But then that means that all of you who've been put through arbitration forcibly by the courts means they won't be able to do that to you no more. We just changed the whole script. I want to say not me. We did that. We. I'm including you in that. Stay on this trip, people. Stay on this boat. Stay on this train. Stay on this ride. Because we ain't done. We're going to talk about how to perfect those arbitrations and get them taken care of. We have a method. We'll be letting you know about it soon. Can't talk about it today because I'm tired. Sorry. But I do want to get this video out and let you guys know what's going on. Hey, everybody. Thank you for taking this trip. The trip ain't over. We ain't about to stop. And the court, I'm not worried about the court. I wasn't worried about them on Tuesday. I was prepared. If they wanted to play, I was going to play. Like I played the last time. I done told all of you. Everything they did this time, they've already done before. So they can't hurt me. Well, they can kill you. No, they can't, because the God I serve won't allow that. Do you not think that they've tried? People, I can't even begin to tell you how many times they tried to set me up when they had me in jail. And then they put me in a freezing room, trying to give me pneumonia this time. They did it once before. They did it in Puerto Rico. I caught pneumonia. In a cell. And they never took me to medical. People, understand. They've tried. But the God that I serve won't let them. As long as I keep doing what he asks, he won't let them do what they want. I'll keep doing what he asks because he's my best friend. Alright, thank you all for taking the time to listen. Hey, keep your head up. Fine, look, if you're not getting all the answers from watching my videos, then you have a problem. Because all the answers are right there. If you need somebody to tell you what the answers are, you have a problem. Because all the answers are right there. All you gotta do is just take the time, tune out the rest of the world. Turn off those television shows. Turn off those so-called commercials. Stop being controlled. That's what the commercials do. That's what the advertisement does. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm able to use my brain. I'm able to use my mind. I'm able to think. I'm able to focus. Because as you see, I don't do all that commercial stuff. I don't do all of the television stuff. I'll watch the television shows. It's okay, fine. I'll watch TV shows. But what I won't do is I won't watch television. There's a lot more going on that television screen than you can ever imagine. So stop being glued to that TV. Stop watching sports. You don't need to watch sports. What are you watching sports for? What benefit could a sport do for you? Well, it allows me to relax and unwind. If you want to relax and unwind, get yourself a bottle of Hennessy. Okay? Oh, you're just joking. Well, it's the same thing. You might as well have your senses dulled. Well, I'd rather watch. Okay, well, then you go ahead and watch sports. You go ahead and root for your favorite team. The Romans did it. Or H.G. Wells told everybody what they were going to do. So you go ahead and be controlled. That's what they created the arenas and the sports for from the very beginning, people. It was a distraction. And that's what they're doing to you. That's why you can't get anything accomplished, because you can't see what you need to accomplish. So stop watching the sports. I did. And I promise you I'm much better off for it. Please, I used to watch basketball, baseball, football, soccer, hockey. I didn't really too much care for hockey, but I watched every sport. Why? Including golf and tennis. Okay? Did I watch rugby? No, I did not watch rugby because it didn't come over here in the United States. But if it had, I would have. Okay? But ladies and gentlemen, I did all of that. For what reason? Because I just needed something to do. I was bored. Didn't have nothing better to do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you do what everybody else has always told you need to do. You need to find something to do. Well, find something productive to do. Do your research. Focus on this, focus on that. Now, some of you want people to help you think things out. That's not the way the system works. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a song, Who Can I Run To? Remember that song? Okay? Who was that? SWV or Sisters with Voices? Who was that? Who Can I Run To? Escape? No. Was that Escape? I don't remember who it was. But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have nobody to run to with this information on this planet. Because there's nobody out there who thinks like me, who thinks along the same line that I do. Everybody else out there, they have their way of thinking, and it is different than mine. And most of their ways of thinking is limited. Okay? My way, not so limited. My way is abstract. But again, as I tell people, I use both sides of the brain, the left and right hemispheres. I don't do it by choice, I do it just because it's now natural. And because I have both sides, artistic and logical, and I can do both. And I can think along that line, it allows me to see from a different perspective. There'll be people out there, I think the same way. I don't care. Nobody asked you. When it comes to this information, I have nobody to bounce things off of. And I don't need somebody who is just trying to figure things out to bounce things off of. I'm not looking for somebody who's trying to figure out what their next step is to figure things out with. That's what you need. I don't need that. I don't need somebody who is trying to catch up to me. Yes, I talk about how smart I am. Well, I don't actually say I'm smart. I say I'm a genius. There's a big difference between being smart and being a genius. Okay? I am a G. I'm mag. I am a genius. It can make people upset. They can be unhappy. Look at, he always talking about himself. He's so egotistical. Ladies and gentlemen, I just told the staff at SATCOMM I have an ego. My ego is the size of Jupiter and the universe combined, plus 2 more Jupiters and 3 more universes combined. That's how big my ego is. And my ego ain't got time or room for your ego, or your attitude, or your ignorance, or your judgments. You cannot step on my ego. Do you know why? Because it's mine. And I don't put my ego on the ground for nobody to step on. My ego I keep close to my vest. See, there's nothing wrong with having an ego. You know what there's a problem with? Is having an inflated ego. My ego is not inflated. My ego is the size it is because that's the way it is. Everybody else has to pump up their egos. They have to make themselves into whatever they're trying to make it into. You don't hear me trying to make myself a genius. I'm not a genius because I say so. I'm a genius because everybody and their grandmama says so. Don't worry about it. You can hate me. You can stop watching any of my videos. But it's not going to change the fact that I am a genius. Sorry. I told you I had a friend, his name was Dominique Jackson. Dominique was a pretty boy. Dominique told him, man, I said, you're conceited. He says, man, I am not conceited. Just because these girls like me doesn't make me conceited. He was 100% right. He later said, right in that same conversation, I am not conceited, I'm convinced. He was convinced that he, quote unquote, looked good. He was correct. All of the women thought so. He wasn't conceited, he was convinced. Dominique, being a year younger than I, spoke the truth. Dominique was 100% correct. He was speaking truth. He was not conceited. He knew what he knew. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I say I have an ego. But there is no law against having an ego. I didn't say that I wasn't humble. I didn't say that I was humble. A humble person will never admit that they're humble. Oh, I'm humble. The moment you open your mouth and talk about you being humble, you just identified yourself as being the complete opposite. A humble person will never admit that they're humble. Now, if you knew me, and many of you don't, you would know that I don't walk around like I have an ego. But what I do is I let people know that I have an ego, so don't come at me with your stupid ego, because your ego cannot compare to mine. In other words, you're supposed to be the humble person. So why are you coming at me acting like you're better than me? Acting like you are equal to me? That's not humility. Stop comparing yourself to me, because I'm not comparing myself to you. That's what I'm saying when I say I have an ego the size of 85 billion universes. Is that I'm not going to let you come next to me and think less of myself because you're standing next to me. My shadow will engulf your shadow. As a matter of fact, my shadow is so huge that your shadow never appears. Not even, I don't care if you are within 100 billion light years from me, your shadow will never shine anywhere next to mine. Some of you are going to get what I'm saying, others are not. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to compare myself to nobody. You don't hear me comparing myself to nobody. When I say I am a genius, I say with the exception of Christ, the true Lord, and his Father, Jehovah. I am not a genius compared to them. Everything I have came from them. That's why I say Jehovah is my best friend and his son, the Christ, is my best friend and brother. That's what I say. Some of you will get it. Some of you will understand it. Just because I don't fit your definition of whatever, you need to hold on to that, because that's your definition. And that's your little box that you want to put someone else in. I don't fit in your box. I don't fit in any box. That's why I'm so unique. Because I am completely unboxable. Sorry that we had to go this route, but I figured it was necessary to say, because people, you know, they get that little stick that they have wound up their anus, so wound up their anus that they can't see straight, and they want to sit up there and blurt out anything and have opinions. And so sometimes you gotta say something to kill those stupid opinions that people have. Everybody believes that everybody has a right to their opinion. You don't have a right to your opinion. You don't have a right to say whatever you want to say. Stop believing in all that stupidity and hype. It has never been that way. Every time somebody has stood up there and said, I have a right to do this, they then show them that they don't have the right. They then take that right away. You don't have the right, people, to your own opinion. Every opinion you have, every opinion you think you have, is shaped by someone else. You didn't get it. It's not an original opinion. You got it based on your life's experiences. So it's not an original opinion. So stop saying you're entitled to your own opinion, because it's never yours. You can never have your own opinion because you're influenced by too many things. You just have to look at things logically. Blame it on Mr. Spock from the Star Trek series, because if it doesn't make logic, it simply doesn't make sense. Everyone, have a good day. Goodbye, y'all.